ladies, Tina here. I was just settling my hair. I thought the timer had gone off, but it hadn't, so it startled me. I just wanted to come back and chat about how the appointment with the new fertility specialist went, and I'm doing it in front of my Christmas tree for 2013, which we put up on the weekend, which is late for us, but we didn't put up any lights. I would have loved to have flicked some lights on right now, because it would have just been nicer in the background, but sorry about that, guys. We didn't put lights on this year because I couldn't be bothered, and my husband couldn't be bothered either, basically. Usually he would do that. Like, we put up our tree, we put up the tree at mum and dad's house, and he sat there untying, you know, that beaded tinsel garlandy stuff. He sat there untying like probably 10 meters of it. It was bunched up. My mum every year bunches it up, does not roll it properly. Anyway, so yeah, he untied all of that, but we just were both like, no way, we are not putting that up. And we also decided to have a little bit of bubbly, which we never have alcohol. I realize we just never do it. We're not into it that much, but we were like, let's just do it, you know, make it a bit of a thing of it. And, you know, as soon as you start having a few drinks, you're like, oh, I just want to do the fun stuff, like the pretty stuff, and not have to bother with all of the other stuff. So anyway, that's the story of the Christmas tree. Now, today's appointment went really well, I think. I was really happy because I felt like there were a lot of things that I wanted dealt with when I first went to my fertility specialist I currently see a year ago. A lot of the things I wanted to hear said were said today, which was exactly what I needed to hear, I think. Things like, we've got a cocktail of things we can try you on, because with recurrent miscarriage, there aren't a lot of studies in it. And so you need to try different things, I guess. And this fertility specialist was offering things like that, which was just music to my ears. So she said, we're going to take you off Clomid. You can do ovulation induction with injections. And she said, because, you know, if you've got recurrent miscarriage, Clomid isn't generally something that helps at all, because thinning out your lining, all of those sorts of things. And maybe there were a few other things, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, so that's one thing. So no Clomid for me. Then I thought that was brilliant. Then she said 2 days past ovulation, you're going to start on XYZ, which was like Clomid, get it together, blood thinner, progesterone, and then a very, very, very low dose steroid, which is like getting into that whole autoimmune issue with recurrent miscarriage, of, you know, the rejecting of your body sort of attacks at the fetus and the baby and the placenta and all of these sorts of things. Fetus and the baby is the same thing, Tina. Get that right. But yeah, the body can attack at these sorts of things that can sabotage your pregnancy. There's no circumstantial evidence or substantial evidence to prove it, but I'm up for things that aren't anecdotally, if that's a word, proven, because I am, you know, I'm anecdotally unproven myself in terms of reproductively. You know, I'm a puzzle. Who knows why? Who knows why it's happening? And I'm not showing up in any of the conventional tests as to why it's happening, but it's still happening. So anyway, she also on IVF with PGD said that it probably isn't something that she would suggest, because my embryo biopsy that we had done after my miscarriage ended up being chromosomally normal. So yeah, interesting again. And what was the other thing? So yeah, so injections and then a cocktail cycle day 2. If I'm not pregnant, then I go off all those things. But if I get a BFP, I have to ring, say that I have recurrent miscarriage, and they're going to up the doses of certain things and tweak it and monitor me properly and carefully. The last time I got pregnant in March, the first time I got pregnant with medical intervention in March, there was nothing. It was, oh, okay, well, we'll scan you at 6 weeks and good luck kind of thing. I think the thought was just I was going to be fine. And then even after that miscarriage and with the chemical pregnancy in October, even though it came so quickly, there was no talk of next time you get a BFP, we're going to do this, this, and this, and this. There was no new plan. So I just feel supported, and that it's great that there's a plan for me. As I said, none of it's been proven to work, but, 20 years ago, Clomid hadn't been proven to work. Maybe that's probably a lie. But you know what I mean? Like 20 years ago, metformin may not have been proven, and it's still not 100% proven, is it? But, like all of those sorts. All right, let's talk about this one. Maybe Viagra. Was it even around then? But that kind of thing was being used as a heart medication, but then they found out with enough use in a study that it started working for, what it works for. So, these sorts of things are, I'm happy to be the guinea pig if it works and it gives me a baby. And I don't like the idea of taking medication, but my body is obviously having problems doing it on its own, and I'm all for having a baby. So I just am willing to do this, and I want to do it, and I'm excited about the new opportunities. So that's my little rant situation. On the vitamin front, she suggested I start taking vitamin E and coenzyme Q10. I've never taken either of those, so I'm interested in that, as well as my prenatal and vitamin D, which I'm already taking vitamin D. And then I started taking a really mega high dose of folate, which is like, the brand here is Megafol, and it's 5 mgs. It's like a gajillion times more than the normal folate dose, because I read that it can help and that kind of thing. So for recurrent miscarriage, that is, or anybody that's got any history of spina bifida or anything like that in their family. So I'm going to take that, and she has said to me that the cycle prior to the one where we want to try, to come in and have a pipal biopsy, or pipal, it's not pipal, it's pipal, I think, biopsy on between days 14 and 21 of my cycle. It's just, you just have it once, where they insert a catheter in and ruffle up your endometrium, and it apparently is supposed to can help with implantation. Again, I'll give it a go. She said it's about as uncomfortable as a saline contrast ultrasound. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to having that again, that sort of discomfort, but I'll give it a go. Sure, let's do it. So yeah, ovulation, full injectables, then like a little cocktail from cycle day 2, and then upped at the BFP point, and then let's just see how that all goes to plan. I have a few more bloods that have to be run, just a couple of things, and I can't remember what they are, and I can't understand the medical lingo written here, but there's just a few things that I haven't been tested for. So again, it'll be interesting to see. It was just great. Like did I mention this before, that she said she didn't feel PGD was the solution? It was just so interesting. Like, she had evidence, she was backing things up, not assuming I wouldn't know, just backing it up with medical evidence and just clinical to the point, straight down the line. But that is I'm so happy for that at the moment. That's so what I wanted, in conjunction with this is what we're going to try. Let's just try things. That's why we go to these specialists, to try stuff, because Dr. Google, you go mad doing Dr. Google, and so you go, and most of the time there's crazy stuff on there, but you're sort of forced into it when you're told there's nothing else you can do. That's my telephone ringing, and so that's really awkward, and I don't want to stop filming, and I don't know how to, and we have just a generic answering machine. I don't know how to stop this, and that's my husband on the phone. Oh my god, that's so funny. He's going to be so embarrassed. Anyway, let's just leave that. I'll call him back in a minute. That is so funny. I will probably have to delete this video because he did say his little nickname that he calls me, and I know he'd be so embarrassed if everybody heard it. But anyway, let's just leave that. I'm going on about that for too long. Let's talk about decorations. I don't know if you're interested, so totally click off if this is like whatever. Who cares about your Christmas decorations? But I just thought I'd show a couple of them. And because this camera is so bad, as I discuss all the time, I can't zoom in on this, or bringing it over is not really going. I mean, it kind of, actually, that's working a lot more than I thought it would. But I've plucked down the, that way, Tina, yes. I've plucked out the decorations that I thought might be of interest. So my sister and I love bargains, guys. I'm crazy for them. And my sister and I got on eBay, love eBay as well, and bought these Christmas decorations, and there were 150 of them. And that was fine because I thought, because they were like nothing. I think, oh, they were so cheap. They were like, it was 150 of them, and it was like, I think we might have paid $100 for them. But I said to her, let's go splitsies, because I've got my sister, my other sister, I've got 2 sisters and a brother. So we all love Christmas, and we were like, let's just divide it up, and we'll divide the costs, and it'll be so good and awesome. So we did that, and we went to pick the decorations up. And I thought that they were baubles, that big, because it looked like that, and they didn't mention how big they were. And I was like, cool, no worries. This is what I got. Yeah, I've got a massive head, and that is not that much smaller. So we ended up with 150 toddler head size baubles in. We love them though. They're glass, and these are some of our favourite decorations. But yeah, they come in red. We got them in red. There's pink up there. There's like an ivory colour as well. There's also a beautiful purple, and there's one more. There might be green, I think. But there's orange. Sorry, it's not green. It's orange. And so we all adore them, and they make a great statement on our trees, but they're so heavy. And as soon as you touch them, they get, like they're quite sturdy here, but we've smashed a number of them. But anyway, you can imagine we needed a few cars to pick them up in. So that was craziness. Then my husband and I, when we travel, we like to buy, decorations. And this is one that we bought. Picking this up just then, it's a little nativity set, obviously. I snapped off one of the shepherds. Yeah. Oh, no, I lie. I snapped off one of the wise kings. Okay? Wise men. Wise kings. Gosh, I'm good, aren't I? One of the wise men is gone. But I love that. It kind of reminds me of like folk art, kind of that kind of thing, and I just love it. And this, we actually, believe it or not, we bought this in Paris, which doesn't make sense, does it? But because it just doesn't look like something you would associate with Parisian art. But I absolutely adore that piece. Then we also bought, and I hope you can see these, totally a bit Halloween-y, and people criticize these decorations all the time, but we bought these skulls, and they're only mini, like you can see, that's the purple one there. And we bought these in Paris as well. And just from this really cool homeware store in the Murray, if anybody has been to the Murray. And we love them, but people are always like, oh, Christmas, why would you put that on your tree? That's awful. So we've got that in black glitter, that purple, and the silver. Then we also bought this. That was in Paris as well. Most of these decorations are from there. And there's nothing, it's not specifically French or anything like that, but it's just a little cutie gingerbread house. And it's got a cute scalloped top and everything. It's just, the details are really sweet, I thought. The little dangly bits. So that's another one. Sorry, guys, you can't really see these properly. And then in the same shop, I love owls. So we bought a little owl and a little bunny as well. You get the idea of that. So it was cute, and that's like fiber, not glassy kind of thing as well. And we bought this in, it's obvious where we bought this. First day of our trip, landed at Heathrow Airport and found that, and I was like, great, that'll remind me of where I got it from. And then another one, this is the biggest rip-off decoration I've ever bought. It was like, I think it was $50 or something like that. Well, wait till you see it. This is it. Now, I love Marie Antoinette. I love the story of her life, and I love, and this is probably not historically correct, but I love the Sofia Coppola, Kirsten Dunst, Marie Antoinette. And so we went to Versailles, and I wanted to take something home, and so I bought this. It is seriously like plasticky fabric, little bit of something glittery and stitching, and they charge $50 for it. I'm mad, but when you're away, and that's with the exchange rate, $50 Australian, not euro. My goodness, that would be even more ridiculous. But that's another cutie. And then this one is a vintage decoration. My auntie was like totally like, her house was kind of like Mad Men. Mad Men. Oh my gosh, that's my mobile now. Goodness me. My poor husband. And so she had like really kitsch, Brady Bunchy sort of stuff. And so she used to hang this on her tree every year, and she passed away years ago. But yeah, that's something fun that I hang on my tree as well. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, and last but not least, we bought a set of these stars in India. My husband and I went there for our honeymoon, and yeah, they're handmade. And I just remember walking down the market in Delhi where we were, and these women were just so beautiful, and they had these amazing saris on, and they'd handmade these, and yeah, it was just really beautiful and very memorable. So that is the Christmas tree. There are others. We love birds on our tree, as you can see. You probably can't see, but we've got lots of different birds on our tree and all of those kinds of things. So I hope your tree decorating and everything in the lead up is going well, and I'll be back, guys, with probably an update. I don't know. Probably a Christmas hello and a New Year hello. But yeah, I'm sort of holding pattern at the moment, guys, so nothing exciting. But I look forward to updating you guys soon and checking out some trees, because I'm sure people are doing their posts in front of their trees now, or vlogs in front of their trees. And yeah, enjoy the lead up, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.